actual play, whatever you call it, of our exciting Tin Star Games role playing game partners. I'm your usual host and game designer, Steve D. And with me is Ryan George.
Howdy.
Peter's not here today, so we're going to just play a slightly different thing where I'm going to play a different character in the roster. We don't know why Jackie's not around, but we might figure it out. It might have something to do with our dead body. So we're going to start as the way you do every episode by generating our corpse. So our first draw is, of course, for the professional field of the victim. They worked in business or finance. It's a female in business or finance. And they were, it looks like an apparent suicide.
Ooh.
Right. And
Did I go too far down?
some sort of business person. Oh, and it was a diamond, which is they were bad at their job. So a poor business person. And then we're going to get two random words to give us an idea of how they died.
Give me a random word.
So I'm using randomwordgenerator.com.
Ooh, as am I. And I have monk.
Oh, interesting. And I actually got sausage. I'm wondering if perhaps we're at a place that doesn't allow women to enter.
Ooh.
A monastery. Where are we? We're in the desert.
Well, yeah, we're in like, yeah, maybe sort of like a because we take monk as like a spiritual, you go like one of those health and wellness sort of retreat things.
Ah, yes, that's not bad. Yeah, and they're often, produce their own
Everything.
Their own everything. They sell water and they sell gurus and stuff. All right, so yeah, we're at some sort of all male health resort, and their business partner though has died. Now, let me see. So, let's say that their name was Carlos. Let me think of a good last name. I will say Carlos Halon. And they were found dead at a all-male health resort / retreat. And Jackie is like, well, off you go in then. Cameron, time for you to learn how to be a documentary maker. You do all this editing. Now we need our 4 suspects. Would you like to draw our first suspects? We're on page 49.
I'm on 46. Down to 49. I have a 4 of hearts, so a child.
Right. That's always confusing. People, it's supposed to be, there isn't really a word in the English language for the offspring. I guess it should have been offspring, maybe.
Oh, so yeah, okay. So
it's
child.
the opposite of parent, right? So it's the dead man's child.
It's his son.
Yep. All right. So his son, and we can have an occupation for him. So his name is Felipe Halon.
And he works rather successfully in sports or leisure. So maybe he's like the like a coach or something at the retreat.
Yeah, we could even be a
Runs the
celebrity
gym.
draw. You could be like, I was losing at tennis until I went to the amazing recharge place, and 51 will give us a motive for Philippe. I'll draw for our next one.
Yeah, let's see. Our motive is an accident.
Uh-huh. Right. Our next one, we have a 2 of diamonds, which is a lover. And they have a negative relationship. That was. Would you draw clubs or diamonds?
Oh, was hearts, so it's a positive.
Right, positive relationship. Yep. Excellent. This is a negative relationship with a lover, and their occupation is diamonds. Something in the service industries. Okay. I think he was probably sleeping with some of the staff. Yes, so this is, let me see, Juanita Alvarez. Her motive is it's accident again. You always redraw for those. Only have one of those in it, and it's a cover-up of some sort. Right, interesting. Your turn for the next thing.
Okay, our next is we have a 2, so they work in medicine.
We need a relationship as well.
Oh, sorry, relationship first. Oh, a lover. And it's a positive relationship.
Another lover. Excellent. All right. Male or female?
Red. They are male.
Uh-huh. I'll say this is Mark Milson, who was a doctor and possibly, I think, someone who helped consult and promote the medical, the exercise regimes and the magic water that they drink. His motive, what's his motive?
His motive is ambition.
Right, excellent. And I've drawn a Jack of Clubs for our last one, and that's actually another detective. Now, I'm going to actually say that that's actually another documentarian. Trying to expose this thing. So there's another documentarian who was originally called in just to make a piece about the group itself, but now there's a murder. There's like, well, I'm going to make a story out of that. So
how dare they steal our limelight?
Yeah, and that person's name is Donald Rays, and that's their occupation. And motive is also cover up. Something else. Okay.
A lot of people seem to be invested in making the apparent suicide definitely look like an apparent suicide.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, and I drew a club there, which means a negative relationship. Yes, so maybe they were actually not solely invited, but sniffing around going, your weird health resort's kind of culty. All right, so we have Carlos Halong, who was apparently killed himself. He stayed in the tanning bed or the special oxygen tank or something too long, and was just trying to have the most powerful experience possible. and then they opened it and he was dead. Yeah, they probably have some special isolation sun blasting thing. Wow, I typed in isolation sun blasting. It goes, "Do you want an isolation sun blasting machine?"
Do I mean the answer is yes. I always did, but you know.
They think I misspelled. They think I was spelling sand blasting machine. Yes.
Ah.
There you go. So, all right. So, we have a comical set at the start where Jackie's like, "You guys go in there. I'll try and find out what Donald Ray's and his he works for a documentary program called The Razor's Edge, because that's his name and everything.
Yeah.
And they think that's hilarious.
I don't disagree.
It's a little bit hard copy. It's a little bit, tonight on Razor's Edge, I'm Donald Rays, and this is an expose.
Which, you know, she's got to find out about, like, competition, see if he got anything, and they won't let her through the front door, so she's got to keep herself busy somehow.
Yep. So she's going to go off and look into that, while Lawrence drags Cam into his first real story with his first real camera. All right, let's begin with scene 1. You get us the word, and I'll get us the clue.
Our word is bullet. Ooh.
Interesting. And I have given us the 3 of hearts, which is some fingerprints or DNA evidence about Mark Milson, the doctor. So it's fingerprints or DNA about Mark, the doctor. And this will be his branch's evidence. Who does he talk to? Who does he hang out to? And yeah, so you take the lead on this one, and then I will follow it up.
All right, so as the unlikely duo enter the health resort, obviously people are a bit concerned. A lot of people sort of milling around in the foyer having a chat.
Yeah.
And Lawrence notices that there appears to be over, like, at the counter, a set of, like, sort of health shake type things. They'll, like, NutriBullet kind of endeavor. And notices a rather important looking fellow over there, and thinks, like, look, this guy, Cam, you don't understand. Like, you haven't been to one of these before, but the first and most important thing about getting a good documentary is finding the right people to talk to. That guy over there definitely looks like the right guy to talk to. So my advice is you go up to him and you start talking to him, and I'll sneak around behind him and try and see if I can see what he's hiding behind that counter of his.
Okay, right. I can do this, says Cam. He's like, yeah, I talked to people before. Sure. I don't spend all my time entirely inside a van editing footage as an escape. So yeah, he sort of wanders up and he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like here to do a story, but like not in a bad way. And this is the doctor he's talking to, and the doctor is probably like, you can just, so hang on, I've got to give the evidence, right? So yeah, you find there's probably fingerprints all over. Fingerprints are not something we probably deal with.
Well, I mean, like, because they have, like, all the protein powders and stuff,
Yeah.
right? And so maybe there's, like, we said, like, in one of the, like, tanning booths is where he was found. Maybe, like, the ledger for, like, the check-in times, and, like, because in those kind of things, people have to go in and make sure everyone's okay. And maybe it's here, and it's covered in like the kind of protein powder that
Yes,
this
right.
guy's working with right behind the counter, which comes off a little suspicious.
Yeah, the doctor's like, I was preparing, he's like, I prepare all of the special beverages that we use here on the ranch, as we call it. They're all designed to maximize protein efficiency, so that our clients can build up the most muscle mass while building up the muscle mass of the spirit. Um, and he explains that yes, he was always wanting to expand to take it further because we're only selling, really to clients of the ranch at the moment. But one day, we'll take this to the world. We'll sell, my patented Nilsson milkshakes, which are going to just take things on everywhere. And maybe I was carrying around the document about who signed people in, but that's because I'm very concerned with all my patients. And yes, I may have signed in um, uh, Carlos, but I do that all the time because we're friends and we're colleagues. And one day, as I say, well, obviously now that you know he's not around, I may be able to take my brand national, but of course that doesn't mean that I wanted him dead.
No, of course not. Who would ever insinuate something like that?
Yeah.
Make sure you're like taking notes, Cam. He's incriminating himself.
He's a what? How do you spell that?
Shh, don't worry about it. Just write it down.
Okay.
Oh, hi, doctor.
Cam's like, have you got a pen?
Always.
Oh, thank you. Incriminate. That's how you spell it. The doctor is looking disturbed and asks security to sort of move us at least further away from him because he's got to do important things now that his company's at changing hands, perhaps. Right.
How fortuitous.
Why don't you get us our next scene? Well, I'll get us a random word for it.
Yes.
Okay, the word is deal.
And we have a 3 of hearts with
Table 58 is where you have page 58. It doesn't have a number.
Yeah, again. So we have stories that don't match with our good friend Mr. Milsim again.
Right, so this will be about his roots. Okay, so I'll be like, well, if he said he should have, he was the one who checked Carlos into the extreme sun exposure room, then I'm sure everyone can back that up.
Of course, we just have to ask around, uncover the truth about what's going on.
Yeah, I'm just not very good at talking to people, but
don't worry. I'm good at just about everything, as I'm sure Jack has told you ahead of time. Sit back, strap in, and all we have to do, like, look, that lady over there, right? She looks like she's used a tanning booth once or twice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go up to her and you just say, "Hey, lady, that guy over there, does he look familiar to you?" And if she says yes, bam, he's fine. If she says no, bam, we've got him. If she says he'll get away from me, then, well, that's also honestly kind of understandable. And you get used to that one. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So Cam will sort of he will try to ingratiate himself in as best he can. He's like, wondering if he's offering it. He actually is like, he's sort of like just going, oh, hi, like I'm new here and I don't really know how any of this works. And she explains that she got a very good deal, a package deal from her nutritionist to come here or something. Oh, no, sorry, not her. Him. They're all men. We forgot that.
They're all men. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, that fellow over there.
Yeah. Oh, well, from the back, you kind of look like, never mind. That's why, yes, it's the ponytail that threw me off.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
The svelte physique.
Yep. That's why you need to build the muscle mass. Yeah. So um, they explain that they spent the whole morning with Mark, getting their schedule and their nutrition thing worked out. He was definitely not the person who signed off on Carlos's
Hmm.
history, Carlos's session. And they maybe hint that Mark hasn't really worked with Carlos for a
Carlos for a
while.
while.
Yeah. They don't really talk anymore.
I sense some more to investigate here, Cam. Now, when people stop like talking, there's a lot of reasons this could be happening. I generally, sorry, think that it's usually something to do with betrayal of only the highest of orders. So I think we just have to approach this from the point of, if we just assume the doctor did it now,
Yeah, that
and you
makes sense.
film the documentary as if that were the case, Jack
Yeah,
would understand, because as long as, like, while you're filming, people can get behind a narrative and it tells a story,
yep,
then by all,
yep,
like, you just get people to watch it anyway. So make sure you make some notes about the doctor being responsible for it.
yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I'll just like. So why do you think Dr. Mark wanted to kill Carlos? And they're like, I never said that. I'm calling my lawyer. Okay.
Now, you've got to be subtle. Instead of saying, why would he want to kill him, say, how would he benefit
Right.
from Carlos's passing? Say, it's okay. It's your first day. I can forgive you.
Thanks, man.
Just, do better.
All right. I've got our next scene as being a tip or an informant, and it's about Mark again. So
Oh, jeez, he's a busy
Mark
man.
is our first act big suspect who's probably going to get killed pretty soon. Um,
And our word is punish.
all right. So you set us up with a distraction, and I'll see if I can figure out something more about Mark.
So, already security's kind of caught wind that we're causing a bit of trouble, running around accosting
Yep.
random people, and Lawrence might have a little bit of a reputation around town these days. So they'll rock up and sort of say, hey, you guys, are you sure you belong here? Is this really what you need to be doing? Don't you have anything better to do? And Lawrence will lean over to Cam and say, look, now this is where you get your chance. Well, I'll take the chance. You just watch and learn from the master.
Right.
And he will start walking up to the security guards and so like, it's like, I don't want to freak you guys out, but like the guy who they found in that thing, like, I'm pretty sure the doctor did it. If you just, and immediately they'll grab him either arm
What?
and start dragging him away, and he'll start screaming, kicking around, saying, "No, the doctor did it. He did it. Everything. It was. You can't trust him. He's a madman. A madman, I say." As he's dragged away, and someone hearing all this and noticing that Lawrence was with Cam will sort of saddle up to Cam and sort of like, but
Yep.
what do you think makes him think that? I don't want to like say anything, but like, it just it just feels a bit. There's stuff going on here,
Yeah. Yeah, and Cam will sort of say, well, we just, I heard that he wanted to take his milkshakes global and everything. And do you think Carlos was trying to stop him like that? And they said, well, I did hear that Mark was furious with Carlos the other day. In fact, actually, it's a waiter or something. He made him what he calls his strongest purgative, which Carlos wasn't on. Carlos was on just sort of regular Milson's milkshakes, but the doctor insisted that I bring the punishing purgative to Carlos that day, and you know, I don't know. He showed me it was already ordered, but I think he really wanted to make him sick or something, and to just maybe get him out of the way so that he could go on with what he wanted to do or something. He's a bit, but I don't think he wanted to kill him or anything.
Yeah, so like Lawrence is going, screaming further, has his little run in, comes back, sees Cam talking to the person, knows that something's going on, and will just simply wink a couple of times, point at the doctor, wink a couple more times.
Nice.
You understand.
Yeah, wink, wink, wink. I'll start trying to wink and just be failing at it and like be blinking a lot, and they're going, "What are you doing?" I'm just I'm really sad about the death. Oh yeah, I also forgot that they used to be lovers, of course. They set it up together, and now, of course, they hate each other. And it's a tale of love gone wrong. Let's see if we have a bit of a side scene here.
Ooh.
Skip over to our interim scenes. Draw a card. All right. This says that there may be one of Lawrence's ex lovers here, and you may have a meeting from the past.
So.
What could be one of mine, I guess, but I think you're the major character, so.
Yeah, no, it's so Lawrence, as he's come back in from his tussle with the security guards, so like most people are wise enough, not so much wise, but just like together enough not to like awkwardly stare at times like this.
Yeah.
But there is one guy up on like a balcony above who seems to be looking down rather intently, and as Lawrence looks around and catches his eyes, he'll sort of shield his eyes and attempt to duck behind camera and just, I don't want to.
Hey, I think that guy's looking at you.
Yeah, no, don't. I want to look. I don't know how much you know, but look, I spent a long time in rehab and made some good friends in there, and I don't think that guy was ever supposed to be let out, if you know what I mean.
Right. Okay. So maybe he did it.
No, he's not that. No, what? No, he's just. What?
No. Why don't you go and ask him if he did it?
What? No, it's. No, do you know what? That's a great idea. Let's. The only way you can learn is by doing, even if the doing is. All right, let's go. So he will drag Cam upstairs.
Yep. I've got the camera.
Confront it, of course. Confront and go, Lewis,
Lawrence, what are you doing here? I thought you were still in rehab.
If I thought you were still in rehab, I will thank you to know that I am investigating on behalf of a ongoing documentary series with renowned filmmaker Jacqueline and this guy, Cam.
Hello. Well, you did always like to watch.
It's yeah.
Well, I'm sure that I won't get in your way.
No, of course not. You could. I see you already are, but no, it's fine. Hey, look, you're out, you're happy, and
and
hopefully not. I mean, you're at a wellness retreat, so that's just that's rehab without the chains, right?
Yeah. Listen, nobody needs to know I'm here, though, right?
No, of course, no.
And I won't tell anyone anything about all the stuff that I saw.
Yes, it's my lips are sealed.
He sort of
Don't
wanders off,
forget.
and Cam's like,
Come.
"What? What did he see? What did he see?"
Shh, shh. Nobody's seen anything.
Alright.
Shh.
Act 2, Scene 4. Let's have a clue type.
Ooh,
You can draw that one.
do.
I keep drawing hearts.
Our clue type is an accusation against
Mm-hmm.
Juanita.
Right. One of the few female. Whoops. Now we know her motive was cover up, wasn't it? And our word is glide. So I think she's mopping up somewhere. And yeah, Cam is like actually trying to get to talk to her, but he literally can't get traction on the floor because it's just so shiny with the with all the cleaning fluid. She's like, "Don't walk there." And he's like, "Whoa, whoa!" It's like, but I think we should really talk to her. She seems to like being like she's obviously found the body if she's cleaning things up.
But it makes sense, and that's excellent deduction. Okay, you, lady with the mop, come. So you gotta be assertive with these people sometimes.
Right.
By people, I mean suspects.
Yeah. Cam's
Come.
like, "Yes, hey, you." He just starts sliding, just takes a big leap forward and goes, "Wah!" And there's a splash as he falls in the pool. Right. What is the accusation by or about Juanita?
So, as they, call her over and she tells them, you're not allowed here, but cleaning, obviously things have happened in here, like in and around. We're just trying to make sure everything's good. Mr. He's Carlos. He left a mess behind, right? Like,
Yep.
you gotta know, like I wish it was just as simple as having a mop, but just understand that there's a lot to do, okay? I don't really have time to be dealing with you right now. So, if you'd be so kind, go and you can get all your questions about Carlos and his, whatever nonsense he was up to lately, whoever he was up to lately. You understand? Like, just take it somewhere else, please.
Right. Was she jealous that he had other lovers, or actually was she his new lover?
I think she's possibly like a long-standing lover who's aware of everyone else he's picked up along the way.
Yep.
So she's,
He's used to cleaning up his messes.
yeah, and none too happy about it in more ways than one.
Yep. All right. Well, our next clue is actually pretty good for our timing because we've got Mark and a confession.
And our random word is competition.
Okay. Right, so you've got the start on this. I guess.
Okay.
Confess to something.
So, so Lawrence is gonna. They go out. They've spoken to her and gotten essentially what they need from her.
Yep.
He's now pretty convinced.
Cam is sort of coming in all wet and trying to find a towel. I fell in the pool.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Look, the cleaning lady, she wasn't like super obvious about it, but like if you ask me, I think she was not so subtly hinting that maybe she or others as well were entangled with our dearly departed friend, Mr. Carlos, right?
Yep.
And look, Remember how I was saying, like, we want to make sure we, like, frame a narrative, right? That's going to tell a story, that's
Yeah.
going to get people invested. Just, like, roll with me here. What if we go and say the doctor was one of those, like, unexpected illicit love affairs on the side? Think about, like, how, like, that's going to excite people, get them involved, get them,
Right.
like,
Right. Yep.
working
Yeah.
with it, man.
All right. Well, I'll go and confront the doctor about his competition because I think he was sleeping with Juanita as well. Well, Carlos was.
Yes. No, well, that's it, right? Like,
Yeah.
if he's just getting around, well,
Um, yeah. So I'll go and find the doctor who's now sort of he's inside. He's in his office somewhere, and I'll be like, "All right, we know that you hated Carlos. You were jealous of him. He was sleeping with Juanita again. He was breaking down your dreams, and we know you were going to poison him." And Mark actually breaks down. He's like, "No, no, you got me wrong. I mean, I did hate him, and I did want to punish him. He was such a small thinker. You know, he didn't realize we could do so much more. Um, and I did make a thing that was gonna just make him purge all his innards, make him throw up."
purge all his innards, and that's
No,
that kills people, right? Like,
no. I mean,
doctor.
he was going to be on the toilet for weeks. That's all it was going to do. It was just gonna. I just wanted to, to make him understand how mad he made me, how he kept treating people like garbage. So I thought, garbage in, garbage out. But I didn't kill him. And that's not what killed him. He was killed by sun exposure, right? That's not what I did. So you got me. I did try to poison him, but only to make him sick. And I never would kill him. I just love him too much for that.
Oh, Cam, make sure you're recording this. The accusation we were pretending to throw at him, it's real.
Okay. No, I thought you said it was real.
No, I said act like it's real.
Oh, right. Well, I guess we don't have a suspect anymore though. If he says he didn't do it.
Oh, well, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
Doctor, don't you worry. You're still at the top of our hit list. Don't ask questions. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're puzzling it together.
All right. I guess there could be other people who wanted him dead. He was such a someone. If he created such strong emotions in people.
Yeah, I mean, like, we know there's the cleaning lady and the doctor. Anyone else could be in this, like, web of lies and love and
give me another clue.
Murderous tanning beds.
Yes. Love, lust, and Lotharios and tan lines. That doesn't start with L.
Okay. We have an alibi fails for Spades.
Spades
is
Donald Ray's the investigative reporter. Right.
It is too. He's back.
Right. So there we are thinking, well, we've come to this sort of the end of our rope, and I'm like, hang on a second. That's Donald Ray's over there. What's he doing here? He's that, journalist guy that Jack hates. He stole a story from us once.
Unacceptable.
Yeah.
That's right. We will go and we will we'll get what we need out of him. Don't you worry about that. So Lawrence will charge up to him and go, "Hey, story stealing bastard Donald Ray's. You don't know me, and I don't really know you, but I don't like that you're here. This is our documentary filming location today."
Oh, it's you, whatever your name is. You're that little camera editor guy that works with that Jackie, whatever her name is.
Oh, no, yeah, but we're not talking about him right now. We're talking about you and we're talking about me now. Why are you here?
I'm here to get a story. Well, not about this, but if it bleeds, it leads, right? That's so. Now we've got blood. Well, not exactly. I mean, he sort of burned to death, but um, it's close enough. So we got lots of guys without many pants on. We got crazies in the desert. This is something I can work with. So why don't you guys go and find Jackie wherever she is. You back off, and I'll let the real filmmakers handle this.
On principle, we refuse. No. We got here first. We're pretty sure.
Well, I mean, I've been, we've been actually following this quite a while. In fact, I was one of the initial investors in the ranch here. So, I actually have inside information that you're not going to be party to.
That's not fair. What do you mean you have inside information? That's cheating. No. Because we came here because we got first, like we figured it out, and we got to the gates, and they wouldn't let Jack in for obvious reasons, and so we came in, and you were nowhere, right? If you've got your inside information, then where were you, huh? You can't know anything of value.
I mean, I was definitely look. You just ask people; they'll tell you. They didn't see me. It's because I was doing background research. And being invisible like a good filmmaker is, like not being too much part of the story. So
I don't think this man knows anything about filmmaking. Being in the story is all of the story. Cam, don't listen to this idiot.
All right, fine. He storms off. All right. We are now in another interim scene. Cam's going to be like, so tell me, that guy you met before, he definitely seemed to know you.
Oh, I mean, yes, he knows me. We had a stint together in a mandatory care facility.
Right. You never talk about that much.
No, I don't. Funny that.
I guess seeing someone from there sort of makes it all come rushing back.
No. It's just like, well, okay. So when you go to like a mandatory care facility, typically you go there because you've been told to go there, right? And some people are told to go there and stay there. And I always thought that was his deal.
Right.
Clearly, I was wrong.
Maybe he escaped. Can you escape?
I sure hope not. Because, like, there'd be a lot to unpack if you could just escape. Like, boy. I mean, I tried and I failed, and if I can't do it, nobody can. But
if he can get clean, then anyone can as well.
Yeah, like you'd certainly want to think that, but no. He's like, suffice to say is that like he and I knew each other and knew a lot about each other, and if I had to guess, I'd say that, look, I don't want to be like mean or anything, but like I don't think he's as clean as he looks. Like,
right,
you just gotta. Sometimes you just got to think it through a little more than just what you see on the surface. Can get deeper than that, and definitely it's not about like passing your own issues onto someone else and blaming them for it, right?
Yep, I understand. Gotta look deeper.
Exactly, into them, not yourself. Introversion, dangerously overrated. Don't even try.
Introversion is for nerds.
Exactly. I like this.
All right. What was the guy's name? Your ex?
Luis.
That's right. All right. Our next scene involves some physical evidence about Juanita.
And we have peasant as our word.
All right.
Was she ability?
She's trying to cover something up, we think.
So, oh no, you're leading this one. Oh no, I am.
No,
So
you
I
are.
suppose, yep. So like, so we can hear like as we're going past, she's like arguing on the phone to someone, talking about like, oh, always cleaning up and doesn't matter what she does, she's always going to deal with all the same nonsense every single time. And she storms out of the room and goes off down the corridor to carry on a conversation, which gives Lawrence and Cam a chance to sneak in and have a look at like where all the cleaning supplies are and if she's been keeping anything around.
Mm.
And they break in or sneak in, and having a look around, he notices, he'll point out, look, it's that over there is like a little like cloth, like not a cleaning cloth, just something like wrapped up, and I don't know, just looks a bit suspicious to me. Do you want to like, I don't know, just like, can you pick it up and move it and just see
Yeah.
what's underneath? Like, because I don't want to touch it. It's like a cleaning area, like sanitary, man. But
So,
like,
yeah. Look,
you look adventurous.
hey, I work in chemicals all the time, and in fact,
Exactly.
this is actually soaked in like what feels like petrol or something.
Petrol.
Like somebody would want to knock somebody out. If they stuff this in your face, you'd be all woozy and stuff. And you might like not get out of your sunning stream room or something.
So, and this is what I mean, cameras. Like, you open doors when no one asks you to, and you go places nobody wants you to, and before you know it, bam, you get to the
Yeah.
bottom of the mystery.
I guess there could be some reasons you might have a petrol-soaked rag in a cleaning closet, but it is suspicious.
Well, I mean, you deal with chemicals. What's petrol good at cleaning?
Yeah.
Very suspicious.
Yeah. Maybe we should go and ask her some more questions. Let's find out what our next scene is going to be. It's going to be the 8 of Spades. Spades is Donald again, and his alibi's failing again.
He's not having a good luck, is he? Oh, a random word. Our random word is corpse. Oop.
Ow. All right. Oh, well, we know who this is going to be then.
I think we do.
Right. So we're like, yeah, we think Juanita killer is might be our killer, but then we come around the corner and there's Donald Reyes with another buddy, and he's like, "Come in, get me on camera with this stiff." And the Mark, the doctor is lying on the ground with a big knife in him.
Now, Cam, you might see the doctor dead on the ground and assume, well, he couldn't possibly have done it. But believe you me, he absolutely could. Never rule out anybody for any reason, yeah? That's the first lesson of investigative
Not even
journalism.
being dead?
Not even being dead. There's nothing more dangerous than a cornered rat or a dead doctor. Now,
Donald's actually going to cameras like, and I was here right near when I discovered this body, proving that there's more than one killer, perhaps, here at this Rancho Relaxo. Was Mark Milson trying to kill his ex-lover, the Cuban dynamo who started this thing?
Right, that's our story.
It's not your story.
That's literally our story, Don. How'd you even... What are you even doing here? We came here because we were following Juanita, who's absconded.
I just was opening. I went to talk to the doctor, and I opened the door, and he was there dead.
And your camera people, obviously. Well, who else?
They're like, sure, yeah, no. We were just coming behind him. We definitely were here ready when. We had to set up the shot, and so we were behind. We weren't right here when you opened the door. And he's like, "Yeah, they were here. They were basically here."
Well, they were like, show us your cameras then. Show us your footage. Like, Mm-hmm.
We can't just give you that footage. We can't give it to you. You might put it in your. You might steal it.
Please, please. If anyone's stealing stories here, it's you, Captain of Story Stealing, Lord Stolen Story of Story Stolen Village. Right now, you shh. Camera boy, show cameraman your footage. That's you, your cameraman. Camera man. Yeah, get on
Okay. Right. Okay. They. Oh no, we accidentally deleted it.
Likely story. I don't trust
Yeah.
them. It's not that likely at all.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't. You know. That's what the cloud is for, guys. The cloud, right? Everything gets backed up now.
He calls himself like a professional film man. More like professional fail man.
Yep. You just got to leave this to the camera boys. That's what we are, the camera boys. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
So Donald, you leave it to us.
Get out of here, you
cam boys. Yeah.
Oh dear.
All right. Our next clue is 7 of clubs, which is dirty laundry. Coming up about now, we have who's our club villain? That is Philippe, the son.
We haven't heard anything about yet.
Yeah. Right. Oh, it's my turn to get a random word. Crouch. All right. So, you're leading off on this. Where are we now?
Well, I mean, we've gone with we found the body, and so we're in the room with the body.
Yep. Might be being called.
So what was that?
I said they're probably police being called.
Yeah, they'll obviously be on their way, but like we managed to chase Don out of the room and get ourselves a brief moment to scope things around, and we can see we're looking at where the doctor's fallen, and like it's like he's reaching forward towards something. And that's odd. I mean, like, this is the most classic thing. So get your camera down at the body, slow pan up, and over there we can see it appears to be like a letter that's half written that seems to be connecting some dots between Mark and Philippe, who we don't have much of Philippe, but maybe, just maybe, it looks like a confession of some kind from Mark to Philippe, starting with, "I know you know what happened, and we said we would never speak of it, but," and then it trails off. Cut down in his prime.
Damn, if only he'd had a few more minutes to finish this letter.
I know, like, honestly, the dead are so inconsiderate. It's just not fair sometimes.
Now look, it turns out that there's a lot of letters here on his computer to Philippe. A lot of emails. He was trying to get him to be the mascot, the star of Nilsson's Milkshakes, because he's a big kickboxer, mixed martial artist star. So yeah, he was going to be really just hoping that Carlos would get his help, talk his son around. But of course, maybe that's what drove them two apart. Like he's like, Carlos didn't want his son involved or something.
It's all very suspicious.
All right. Well, and who killed Mark? Someone didn't want any of this getting out. Everyone's trying to cover things up. Right. Well, it's a good thing that we are good at investigating things.
Of course. Someone had to be.
Yeah, so... and that's why I've called the cops and told them that your friend Lewis probably has drugs on him. So they're going to arrest him and take him back to rehab.
What? No. It was gambling rehab, dude.
Oh.
Nothing to do with drugs. It's just like, he's like, he was an adrenaline junkie, not a junkie. We gotta walk. Just, whoa. I like
Okay,
your
well,
initiative, man, but you got to point it in the right direction. We got to warn him. Let's go.
okay. Yep.
And so that
we'll
we'll run out. Lewis, Lewis.
You gotta leave like really right now, and don't talk to those cops over there at all.
Yes, avoid the cops. They think that you have drugs you definitely wouldn't have.
Yeah. He's like, oh, okay.
And I swear I'm not involved at all. It's not me.
I'm sorry, man. I thought that was what you were saying. Like you wanted this guy. He shouldn't have been out free, so he should be back in rehab. So I thought, hey, let's make it happen.
No.
Yeah.
He just he really liked gambling, dude. Like, he didn't think he'd ever get better. I didn't think he'd ever get better, you know?
Right.
And people said the same about me, but like, look how well adjusted and reasonable I am, yeah? So,
Right.
like, you know, don't.
Right. Okay, I misunderstood. I thought, get these people out of your life so don't have any chance of relapsing or anything as well.
No, it's. Oh, man. No, it wasn't like. Okay. Ooh, just. Like, I'm gonna have. Oh, man, I'm gonna have to, like, apologize so hard soon. Oh, it's. Oh.
I just thought, doing you a favor, but hey, I won't do you any more favors then.
It's. No, like, favors are great. You just check first, my man. Just check first. Oh dear.
Our next clue is a witness sighting, and it's involving Philippe again.
And our random word is strength.
Right. Well, sneaking Louis out the back, we run back in and we see that that Philippe is actually here. That he's driven up in his fancy car, and he's like, "I want to see my brother. I want to see my father. I want to know what happened." And he's 18. He's incredibly strong. Really, just absolutely ripped. We'd like to ask him some questions, of course, but he's like, I can't talk right now. I'm in too much grief. And of course, everyone in the place there thinks he's the bee's knees because he's sort of part of promoting the event and everything. So everyone's sort of surrounding him, and we can't get close and get his autograph or anything like. They want his autograph. We can't get any questions out. So Cam's like, hey, can we just? Oh, they're all pushing me away.
It's all right. That's all right. Just think, connect the dots, right? So, what just happened? What just happened?
I don't know. He showed up and he said he needed to see his father, and yeah, but maybe he was here already. Maybe he was here yesterday.
Well, no, but think, like, you're right. Yeah. He wants to see people, but like up until just now, well, I mean, Mark just politely exited stage death,
Yeah.
and now like Felipe's rocking up like literally right now.
Yep. Split second later, after Mark is found with a knife in his back.
Exactly. It's just a little too convenient, if you ask me.
Yeah. Right.
So
that makes sense. All right. Maybe we got that suspicious letter, and now here he is.
It all starts making sense when you piece it together and jump to conclusions.
Yep.
That's the part people always forget, the jumping to conclusions.
He was probably an investor as well. All right, let's have another scene. What was the word for that one? Strength, that's right.
Strength. Another scene.
Getting close. So we have two. Well, we have a lot of suspects, actually. Donald got his terrible alibis. He was there at the time. Philippe was also around. Juanita has this mysterious thing in her locker. Um,
We all have so many questions.
Only one of them could have done it, though. What's our next evidence?
We have a 9 of hearts. So, stories don't match for our good,
No,
dearly departed friend,
we don't do the
Mark.
hearts anymore. So draw
Oh,
another card.
oh yeah.
Nor all hearts once we get to 4.
Um, Financial details or phone records about clubs.
That's
Philippe
Philippe.
again.
Yeah. All right. So I think he's involved up to his neck. But yes, you're taking the lead, and I'll be following.
Yep. So we've got so as people are going through, they are telling him like, oh, he's great. Oh, they watched him play here, and they watched him do this there, and they're all just like so happy that he's like made it. And when Lawrence starts like listening in into what people are saying, and just like people are treating him. Okay, look, he's a big guy. He does his sports thing. That's great, right? Sad about his dad, who he's just found out has died. But Cam, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't quite add up for me, right? Because you look at him, right? Do you see tears? Do you see anything like that? No.
Mm.
And we know that like Mark was looking at getting him to like, take over some things.
Yeah.
So I'm just not sure, man. Do you think maybe like he's like, we know Mark wanted to take things to the next level, yeah? For
Yep.
his what was it,
Milson's milkshakes.
the milkshakes, right? He wanted to get those milkshakes off the ground. I think we need to get back to that laptop. I reckon
Yep.
there's more to this picture than it seems, because like, well, think who benefits, right?
Yep.
Because also think, well, his dad's dead and Mark's dead. Does he get the resort and the
Yeah.
milkshakes?
He
I don't
might.
trust him.
All right. I'm going to find a small piece of paper inside the doctor's office that says hemisphere, which is the password into his further emails. Then I can see that there's actually no into his files on his laptop, and it's like, yep, it looks like that there was a huge financial investment. Philippe had basically was put all his money from his winnings into the ranch and into the milkshakes. He needed to succeed, or he would be absolutely flat broke. And it's possible that maybe he conspired with Mark to make this happen somehow, and then wanted to kill the evidence.
Which makes sense to me. I think we have our new target of suspicion.
Right. Time to bring this thing to a close. Let's have one more scene, and I've drawn. I'm going to shuffle. And I've drawn the King of Hearts. Oh, that's a heart, so we ignore that. 4 of clubs. Well, that's Philippe again. Yep.
Ooh, and our word is blade. Ooh.
Nice. Yeah, all right. So, we might actually go to a confrontation then. We find
But like the knife. Obviously, Mark was stabbed with a knife.
oh yes, of course. Yep.
And
so yeah, we
there you go.
we go looking for Felipe, and we find him carefully putting knives back into the knife block inside the kitchen, and he's like, "Oh, I was just cleaning things up," and making, and so he's wiping everything down and cleaning things up. So we're like, oh, so that's very, he's like, cleanliness is very important, it's part of being healthy and everything like that. And Cam's like, I think you killed both of them. I think you and Mark needed the milkshakes to take off, so you decide to come up with this plan to lock your dad in that heat event. You're the only one strong enough to seal off the exit so he couldn't escape with your mighty muscles. And then he fried himself in there. And then when you thought that Mark was going to tell everyone about it, you stabbed him in the back. And then Philippe just picks up the knife and looks at Cam, and Cam's like, I mean, it's just a theory.
Just a theory,
It's
of
a
course.
theory. That's a very big knife. And
It's
also really strong.
But he didn't count on one thing. He
What's
might
that?
have a big knife and rippling muscles and a general aura of pervasive dread. But you know what I have in arm's reach that he will never see coming? A salt shaker! And Ross would grab a salt shaker and throw it at him and go, run! Run!
Nice. We just come running out. And luckily the police who were there, like, going, because I called them earlier. I'm like, oh, don't leave.
And he chases out with the knife.
Going, God, kill you! I'm going to kill you stupid goddamn filmmakers!
So,
And yeah.
Got him.
And he's actually coming right for us, and then he slips on the slippery floor and falls into the pool. And when he's just like, I told him not to run!
Been cleaning the floors from the merge slip, bam. Just desserts.
Nice. I mean, and she says something about, somebody spilled petrol fuel all over the floor the other day, and we had to clean it up, and needed really tons of soap, which is why the floors are so slippery.
That makes sense with the petrol rag.
Yep. And then Philippe is hauled off by the police, and gets lots of filming of that, and I'll come running up, going down to Jack's like, we got it, we solved the mystery, I got the footage, it's great. And David Reyes was there going, damn it. And he's yelling at his crew, where are you guys? You were supposed to be following me. And they're like, you said not to follow you when you went into the doctor's office. I didn't mean all the time.
Same. That's the difference, Cam, between people like us and people like him. We are quality filmmakers. He's nothing.
Damn right. Yeah. Flipping the bird. Woo! As we go away. And look, Cam's going to apologize about getting everything wrong with Louis. And he's like, I thought, that was all just a bad time of your life, and you wouldn't want anybody to remind you of that.
No, it's good, man. Like, look, I appreciate that you thought of it and you thought of me. But when you're going to call the police randomly on someone, you just make sure either that they're guilty of something, obviously that one helps, or that they, how can I put it slightly, don't know where you live.
Right. That is a good rule.
That's a good one to keep around.
Very nice. Oh, all right. We need a song for this episode. Something about Hotel California.
But yeah, that makes sense.
Very nice. All right. And Hotel California kicks in, and the smell of Khalid dust as we drive off and explain to Jack about, we just had an inside. We didn't really call the police. Just an inside joke there. All right. Fantastic. All right. What an excellent episode. So it was the sun the whole time. And we actually did we get any evidence about, we had Donald. Yeah, he's definitely a great character to come back.
Yeah. Well, we've got our our filmmaking rival now, and
Yeah.
but like he comes in as a professional, and we spent the whole time just ragging on him, and then
Yeah.
we won in the end. Stuff him. No, I
Nice.
like it. It's good fun.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Well, thank you for joining me, everyone out there in video land, and thank you for joining me, Ryan. Always a pleasure.
Yes.
Jinx, and we'll that was episode 5, I believe, and I'm aiming for about a 6 or 7 episode series, so we're going to have an exciting conclusion in the next few weeks. And yeah, so keep listening, and we'll see you next week.
Hooray.
Bye.
Bye.
How do we hang on?